With Flash version 8, Macromedia has included a cool new spell checking feature. It might seem a bit weird to use at first, but it's really powerful and it's not that bad to get used to. The first thing we have to do with it is do the spelling setup. This is like a preferences panel dedicated to just spell checking. Choose text and spelling setup. Lots of options here. First up, in the top left section, Flash determines what it's going to actually check. And here you can tell it to check or not check everything you see here. Text fields, scene and layer names, frame labels and comments, and so on. The section on the right allows you to choose the language used. In the middle, we have a personal dictionary details. This is a custom file that you can edit to help Flash work through the spell checking. We'll deal with that in a moment, so next up is the lower section. Once you tell Flash what items you want checked in the upper left, then this area tells Flash exactly what to check for within those items. Okay, now that that is set up, let's try and spell check my document. For that, use text and check spelling. Okay, the first thing that pops up is the word full screen, which is kind of funny because it's actually part of some action script on the first frame of my timeline. The reason this is coming up is that that word or string isn't in my personal dictionary yet. Flash is nice enough as well to suggest a collection of replacement words, and as you can probably imagine, I'm not too interested in replacing an action script command with the word Fullerton. So let's see what else we can do. We can now tell Flash to ignore it, ignore all things it picks up, which kind of defeats the purpose of spell checking, change that particular word, change all instances of that word, or delete the word entirely. What I'd really like Flash to do with this, though, is to start recognizing it as something that I've done on purpose and would like to keep unchanged. For that, I can hit the Add to Personal button, and it's now been added to my dictionary. In future, when Flash finds an instance of that word, it will let it pass. Now, hitting the Add to Personal button has caused Flash to go ahead and check the rest of the document, and it hasn't found anything wrong. So, let's close this and we're done. But before we finish, let's have a look in the personal dictionary. Let's go back to Spelling Setup, and in the center section, hit Edit Personal Dictionary. Because I chose to add the word full screen during the last spell check, it's now in my dictionary. I can edit this dictionary directly though, which I'll do now by deleting this entry. Now, if I do the spell check again, Flash picks this word up again. Another thing I can do is go back to the spelling setup and tell Flash not to check strings in ActionScript. Disable that and go back to check spelling, and this time Flash completely misses it. Now, all of this doesn't mean that you can't use the spell checker to check your ActionScript. By all means you can. You'll just have to make sure that all of the strings are entered in your personal dictionary. One simple way to do this is just to spell check your document, inspect anything that it throws up, and add the correct ones to your dictionary. And that's it for spell checking. Let's move on.